He's in one final per year, so he's always right around where he needs to be. And not surprised he's here. Not surprised he won the match. I think he'll probably have more in the near future.
So our congratulations to Martin Damsbo on his first outdoor World Cup medal since 2013 at the World Cup Finals in Paris. And now a classic matchup. Sergio Pagni qualified 16th this week, shot a 697 at 50 10s, 20 x10s. He beat Alex Wiffler, the top qualifier in the 1/8 round, in a 10-10 tiebreaker. That's how close that match was.
Yeah, they actually shot off twice.
They had to shoot twice.
Yeah, they shot one, and
once was not enough.
Yeah, and I'll just be frank. Looking at the first one, we all thought Sergio's was closer, and they went to a second one, and the arrows didn't lie. Sergio's was closer on that one. So, but yeah, he had not his best qualification round, just like Reo, not his best qualification round. But they're going to lean heavy on experience when it comes to match play, and not surprised to see either of them here.
Well, it shows you a lot about what these guys can do. Now, Reo shot 696 during qualifying with 50 10s and 26 x10s. He did beat Steph Hansen in the 1/8 round. Defeated some guy named Steve Anderson in the quarterfinals before knocking off Mike Schlosser by one in the semifinals. And these two giants in compound archery. Reo comes in as the number 18 qualifier. Sergio qualified 16th. But, qualifying's important, but you know what? It's what you do.
Yeah, you do not win
during
on
the eliminations.
Yeah, it's all style points, and like we said, those don't count in world archery competition. So
it's what you do head-to-head, and these two guys were able to navigate their way through the field and get to the gold medal match.
Yeah, I mean, they're masters of this. They've been to more World Cups than probably anybody out here. So head-to-head shooting is what they live for.
Sergio catches the line. The 41-year-old Reo Wilde, ranked 4th in the world. Falls behind by one right from the get-go.
Yeah, he didn't look like he liked the shot when he cut it loose, but first shot's always a tough one. Sergio's hanging right side. You can tell he built that into his side over on the practice field. And right now we've just got no wind. If that picks up again and goes the direction it's been going, he'll be right back in the middle. Another one out for Reo.
Sergio trying to help Reo dig a hole.
And it eases the pain on him a little bit there. Reo's
So all things considered, a 10 here. He's back in business. Did he catch it?
I don't think so. I think it's just seeing a little bit of yellow around the outside of that shaft.
Going to be close. They'll take a look at it. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, those ones are tough. I mean, you feel like, and he might feel like he made a great shot, and it might have been a great shot, just need a little side adjustment or who knows what. And, on the finals field, you have to be even better than normal because your good shots just don't quite get the forgiveness, as they are when you're just out shooting. It's just, it's as if the 10 ring shrinks a bit for you, And it's crazy. Sometimes you feel like you're not moving at all, but there's a lot of little tensions throughout your hands, throughout your wrists, on your release hand that they degrade what I call the forgiveness that you have built into your shooting technique. So sometimes people throw out the word forgiveness for bows. I don't really believe in that. It's built into the shooter, and when you can make relaxed shots, you have a lot of that. You can make some that you think there's no way that's in, and it's right in the middle. And you come out here, and it's like you have to have perfect shots time and time again, and they're liner 10s sometimes,
Kind of reminds me, you played basketball. Sometimes that hoop looks like it's as big as the ocean, and sometimes it looks as though it's as big as a dime.
Yeah, like someone stuck a lid on it.
There's a dime for Reo. And he's hoping that'll get himself started.
Sergio, so smooth. I mean,
This is how he's sitting back in his lazy boy lounger, isn't it?
Watching him on a final stage is like, that's everything I want to be. If I could be like Sergio out here, I feel like I've got the shot, and if I could have just that relaxed state and that just easygoing execution that he's got, I'd be unbeatable. You know?
It's as though he takes himself to another place.
Yes.
His mind is just so. I get a placid feeling watching him.
Yeah.
Just calm.
Yep. And for Sergio, you know, you think about it.
Great end by Reo Wilde.
I mean, Sergio's been at probably every World Cup since they started. I'm guessing. I don't even know. But I would say every one of them or most of them. And
Brilliant.
he probably doesn't get too excited. You know, he's not losing sleep over being in a gold medal final.
No.
It's just, it's, you know, there will be one next week to him.
3 straight 10s for Sergio and 3 straight 10s across the board for Reo Wilde. And the lead remains at 2. Sergio jumping out to that 2-point lead in the opening end. Both of those gentlemen perfect in the second end. So it's 59-57 in favor of Sergio Pagni.
And touching on Sergio again, I mean, you look at Martin and Mike, you know, they shot well below what their average score is in a regular match. Sergio is probably always going to be around what he was the day before, you know. If he's shooting 147s, 148s, you're probably going to get that out of him on the final stage. It's not going to change a lot. You know, Reo, you might get just a total burner out of him, or he might give
spectacular.
up. What I mean by burner is like light the house on fire. Here's a 150. Thanks. See you later. Or he might give you a few points and let you work a little bit. But you know, he figured it out last end. He's going to have it going the rest of the way.
I think he's got it figured out now.
Yeah, it's just a matter of did he give him too much. I mean, you can see just how steady he is, how relaxed his hand is.
Trying to line up that pin.
Yeah, there's really no tension in the forearm. I mean, that's the things people don't think about too much, and it's so much different when you've got some adrenaline going through your body. And to me, really, it is what makes this format of archery fun. I mean, the World Archery Outdoor Game, it hinges on these final stages. You know, the rest of it, I could care less about. Sometimes it's monotonous, but out here, it's like every arrow is exciting. Gave one up.
And finally, Sergio Pagni gives one back. What will Reo do with that?
10, 9, 8. A little higher.
High 9.
And a surprised expression on the face of Reo Wilde.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's already down 5. That's pretty well below his average. Sergio is just doing what Sergio does.
Picking up another point, adding to his lead, goes up 88-85 through 3 ends right now. So Sergio Pagni, the last time he was on a podium was here in Medellin. He won a team bronze medal in Poland last year in Wrocław. Medaled in Antalya and Medellin in 2014. Did pick up a team gold medal in Ankara at the Indoor World Championships this past winter. And of course, the only man to win 2 World Cup finals.
Yeah, he had a small victory in Vegas as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
As the lucky dog, Sergio Pagni. Yeah.
First lucky dog to do it, right?
Yeah, he wasn't the Sultan of Smooth that weekend. He was the lucky dog.
He was the lucky dog.
Yep.
Came out of nowhere. I you know, when that happened, I had to be thinking, well, the thought that went through my mind was, what are the other 20 guys out here thinking when they saw Sergio Pagni come out of there as the lucky dog?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you'll remember, it was 5 guys this year. So it was like,
they
had already made one end, you
right.
know, and cut it down. And they're going, wow, they didn't hand us, a patsy for this lucky dog. We got the world indoor champion.
Yeah.
And one end, done. He made it count. And, you know.
Thanks for coming to Vegas.
Yeah, cash
How many
the
people
check.
go to Vegas and make money?
No, not many people go to Vegas and make in the neighborhood of, 60,000 plus.
A lot of lira that day as Reo tries to fight back.
Low X-ring, big shot.
Yep, I think you'll see mostly 10s from each of these guys the rest of the way out. Sergio will probably finish in the neighborhood 147, 148, and I don't think Rio's going to give him any more cushion. Or not.
Or not. Gives back a point, 97-95. Not over yet. And both know that.
9, 8. There you go.
Sticks it.
Full shaft in there.
And it was interesting there, Sergio. I'm wondering if he just gave it a little windage, feeling that breeze pick up, but I don't feel like it necessarily always moves the arrow too much. You know, we've got so much structure protecting the arrows as they're in flight, so it's kind of hard to gauge. I mean, I think that's why you're seeing some wide arrows, some not so wide arrows. Things are interesting out there.
9, 8, 7.
Yep, good 10 for Reo.
Caught the line.
Just gonna throw a click in the sight and try to get one more 30 and see if that's enough.
Muy bueno.
Didn't like it, but he might.
Oh, it looked like he caught the line.
Yeah, I think he might get it. You could see him turn away immediately.
If that's as upset as he gets, I want to be like that man.
He sauntered off the line. Darn it.
Kind of turned around, a little bit of a grimace. He'll be back home in Italy and drinking wine and eating cheese before you know it.
Yeah.
So Reo Wilde in a tough spot right now. Contemplating the situation, down by, will it be 1, will it be 2? All depends on the judge's call right now. Rio's had great success here in Medellin. He'll come away with at least a silver medal here.
Yeah, bronze medal last year over Stefan Hansen.
He's had 3 medals here in Medellin. In fact, last year had 2 bronze medals and 1 gold medal. Had a team gold medal and an individual bronze and a mixed team bronze last year.
Yeah, as a team, we went. We blanked one in China, then we went gold, silver, gold, and he had a bronze medal in, I believe it was Turkey, and then here last year.
9, 8, 7, 6.
It was a tough one. It started out a little breezy, moving him around, then it laid down, and sometimes that's as hard to deal with as it is just a constant wind, you know, because you've got to readjust and try to pick your spot again.
And that's just a guessing game, right?
Yeah, they're both going out right a little bit, and I'm looking at the flag, and it's actually moving to the right for the first time, although our wind gauge is showing left, but it's spinning around like a compass too. It's a good one. Yeah, I think the shot out here right now is just hold it straight up and make the shot count, and you know you're probably not going to move too much with the wind. I don't think it's enough to really move you one side or the other, so you shouldn't have to aim off, but sometimes it does feel that way when it's hitting you in the face at full draw.
Maybe an academic point at this point. Reo trying to finish up as strong as he can, but has to settle for that 9. And only a 7 for Sergio Pagni.
Right around what he was shooting in all the matches leading up to this, you know. Like,
and you said that, yeah.
It's 146.
9 is enough. Sergio Pagni is your gold medalist here at stage 2 in Medellin. And the score is a little lower than we thought they would be, but, you know, again, you get into this kind of a situation, I think it's just throw out what happens in eliminations and qualifying. That's a whole different world.
Yeah.
This is a different animal altogether up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and say, you're shooting against the scoreboard, but you're seeing the other guys.
Sure you are.
Yeah, everything factors in. And
that's why it's match play.
Yeah, it is. It's head-to-head. And, you know, ideally, if one guy struggles, you just keep your foot on the gas and do your thing and pick up a big win. But that doesn't always work out. You know, sometimes you could probably step onto a gold medal field and say, all right, subtract 2 points from what's normal, and that'll be a decent day or a good day.